January 16th, 2026. How's it going, guys? Well, we got a few videos for you guys tonight, and we're going to do these in different segments. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk about us when we went out there on New Year's Eve to Las Vegas, Nevada. So I'm going to have to zoom in here more on this here so you guys can actually see the TV, but I wanted you guys to see this first, and me and my son are going to be talking about this. So let's get started. Okay, guys, well, there's one of the photos that we took there in Las Vegas. Pretty good photo. And what we're going to talk about first was getting from the airport to two of the different casinos that we stayed at. Actually, we stayed at Westgate, and we also stayed at Excalibur. And right off the bat, I want to say both of them were pretty decent. But let's talk about the ride with the taxi driver and the way the economy is and the way everything else is and stuff. And last time we were in Las Vegas, we actually had one of the taxi drivers that actually hiked up the price from the airport to the one of the casinos. And usually we tip, when we tip in a taxi, we usually tip like $5, you know, from one place to the other like that. It's not that far actually to any of those, you know, the strip's only about 4 miles. But going, like I say, last time, not this last time, but the time before last when we went, we were going to tip this one lady $5, and she upped it by another $4 when we got there. Now it's supposed to be a standard rate, and there's a lot of them doing dirty things. But this last time when we went, we had a guy, and he was really decent, and we tipped him $5. He appreciated the tip, but he also was talking about stuff that they've done there in Las Vegas, from like the airport to like when he was taking us to Westgate, and how they've cleaned up a lot of the drugs, a lot of the prostitution along the corridor, kind of like where they drive through there. And they won't let them, you know, stand out there and bounce around like they do here in Kansas City and stuff. They've cleaned a lot of it up. Now there's still some that go on, even on the main drag, and we'll show a little bit of that later on. But I wanted to talk about this, and wanted you guys to hear about this a little bit, because we ran across some other things too when it come to dealing with some of these people and stuff. But most people that when we were out there actually, appreciated a tip. Now we tipped like 15% at most of the restaurants and stuff. Westgate, it was around, I think it was around $280 or $260 to stay there for New Year's Eve night, which wasn't bad considering some places get from $500 to $1,000 at different places there. So no, that's not bad. And they also gave a $75 food credit. So we went to a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant there, that you can get you can pick like 4, what do you call that, Dylan?
We went to a Japanese restaurant, and you can pick 4 from the appetizer, the sushi rolls, or they have a nigiri there.
Now, what was the name of that Japanese restaurant?
Riki Tiki Sushi.
Okay, Riki Tiki Sushi. That's what it was called. Man, I would recommend this to anybody. It is well worth it. Now, there is a full Japanese restaurant right next door, and they kind of share stuff in between a little bit. Because I had a salad there, and the gentleman that waited on us, basically, he told us that they had just started letting them go over there, and their chefs prepare those salads, and they bring them back over to their restaurant on the other side.
From Benihana.
Yeah, Benihana. From Benihana over there. But when we first got there at this restaurant, we also, like I say, I tell the good, I tell the bad, and I tell the ugly, no matter what. And the guy at first started waiting on us. You can tell that some of these waiters and waitresses, they're edgy on stuff. But now, if you're going to be a waiter or waitress, you got to figure some people will probably tip you, somebody probably won't tip you. Like I said, we pretty much always tip unless we get real bad service. But this gentleman first started waiting on us when we sat down in there. I don't know. He just, I don't know. When we asked him about the credit deal on that, how it worked or whatever. And then he acted real kind of iffy at first, kind of like, I don't know. I guess he figured he wasn't going to get a tip. But that's not a good thing to do, because to me, there isn't anything that makes me madder is if somebody's asking for a tip. We actually had somebody ask for a tip at Westgate, or was it? No, it was Excalibur. It was Excalibur. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I want to get on with about this restaurant. So the total came to about $91, $92. Excellent food. Now hold on, guys. Okay, guys. Now this is inside the restaurant, and this is the coolest place. Now the gals and all of them, they're dressed in like kimono, like outfits and stuff, and they got water coming from the ceiling, raining down, and pretty cool looking stuff. What's that other place also, Dylan, when we walk over, is it Caesars or Bellagio? What is the one that has that what am I looking to say? It's like a bridge. Where's that located at?
Where at?
I can't remember. That's what I'm saying. Is that over by the Bellagio or Caesars?
The Bellagio. There's several bridges.
Wasn't that over by like Planet Hollywood?
Yeah, at the Miracle Mile shops.
Okay. It's So they got a bridge there that also where they have like that water falls down like that too. Way back, supposedly somebody, I guess, sued them or something because they fell or slipped, but I think they still do it. They still have it there, and they still let it go and function right. But I wanted to show this real quick. I thought this was really cool, and like I say, this was like around it was around $91, $92. I believe we tipped him. What did we tip him? 15.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a bad tip, but I mean, kind of the attitude the guy had at first. After he found out what we tipped, he was real happy. I mean, everybody pretty much was happy. Like I say, but when we got to the Excalibur, and we had to, how you have to check in late, guys. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock at these certain places. And you don't want to carry your bags around, so you go take your bags, get them checked. You can check them. And the thing of it was, this guy, we gave him his bags, and he wanted to tip right up front. He said, yeah, it was like, tip. I don't mind tipping anybody, but until they do a service, until they do something, that's a whole nother deal. What was really interesting at the Excalibur on this deal was that there was a white guy that was in front of us who was also working the baggage, and he had told these two people that we were standing in line waiting that he didn't even take tips. He didn't even care about the tips. But this other guy, the one that waited on us, said he wanted a tip, but it wasn't like he was trying to outdo him or something. This guy, he was just asking everybody up front for money, which isn't cool, especially if you're going to a tourist town, something like that. Now, something else I want to talk about. Hold on. Okay, guys. Something else I want to talk about is that when we got to the Excalibur, there was well, let me just tell you, the gentleman that we had was asking for the tip. The Excalibur was black, and he was like I say, at the end we did tip him $2, but that was it. They say $1 to $2 per luggage is what the average person usually gives. And I don't know, that just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth in that sense, but that way. But we had a Latin lady older Mexican that was working, doing the basic cleaning at the Excalibur, and she did an excellent job the first day. And the second day, we tipped her. We tipped her like about $4 a day, and she was very prompt in getting everything done clean, making the beds. Because a lot of these places anymore, they don't even come in, they don't even make your sheets unless you request it. And Excalibur was good at this. They actually did what they were supposed to do. So anybody that knocks the Excalibur on certain things are really wrong. I mean, they did an excellent job in that sense. And tipping a few dollars per day goes a long way. Definitely. Okay, guys, here's a couple more shots here. This is at the Flamingo. And there's the Flamingo, guys. Is there any thing, Dylan, you'd like to add about any of the services or the tips that, like when we went to any of the different places?
Just that out there, most places the service was really good. There was only a couple bad experiences. Most people were pretty appreciative of the tips they got, and prompt service.
I agree with you on that, definitely. I think everybody, like I said, everybody seemed to appreciate people tipping. And, 15% is average, and it makes a difference, guys, out there. We took taxis several different places. We also went over to Rio, went to a show. And, we're going to talk about the shows we went to, too. But I'm going to do that in a different segment. And we also went down on Fremont, down there too. But all the taxi drivers were happy to get their money, happy to get their tips. And nobody tried to take us this last time when we were there on that part of it. But I wanted to get on this first here and let you guys know about this and about the tipping. And we'll do one here on the entertainment on the next one. So... going to wrap it up for now, guys. Have a good one.